Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Dreams Learning Zone. Today I am going to teach you how to write a letter. In this video today I am going to teach you how to write a letter to the editor. Before I start teaching you writing a letter to the editor, I would like to give you a brief information about letter. According to Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, letter means it's a written messages addressed to a person or an organization, usually in an envelope and sent by post is a letter. Or it is a means of communication between the sender and the receiver. It works as a means of communication, written means of communication between the sender and the receiver. Generally there are two types of letters. One is formal and another one is informal. So formal letter is also called an official letter and informal letter is called personal letter. Let's see the parts of a letter. Okay, letters, parts of a letter. So in the very beginning, the letters would be written on the letterhead, or it's a official letterhead. We have to write down official letters on the letterhead, which contains of the name of organization. The letterhead consists of name of office or organization and its address, organization, and it has a brief address, telephone, email, and other detail. Okay. It is only required for formal letters. We do not need such type of letterhead for informal or personal letters. And then comes the heading. Heading means it's a address of sender and date of sending the letter. It is written at the top right corner of your letterhead or paper. It's a address of the sender. And then comes superscription. It is inside address of the letter, and here we write the full address of the receiver. And we also do not include superscription in personal letter. After that there comes salutation or greeting. It's like dear sir, dear madam in formal letter, and dear Ram, dear Sam, etc. in informal letter. Then there comes the actual message, which is body of letter. We can divide our message, our body, into 2 or 3 paragraphs, and the body of letter is different according to the type of letter. So in informal and informal letter we can divide our body into 3 or 4 paragraphs, and we have to use simple and polite language. Especially in formal letter we have to use polite language. We should not use vague language, complex language. We have to write in a simple language. And then comes the ending. You can end your letter by the terms like thanking you or with love, etc. After that there comes subscription. It's also called complementary closing, such as in formal letter your sincerely or sincerely yours, or other terms we can use there. And in informal letter we can write with love, best regard, etc. And at last there comes signature of the sender of the letter. And we can also use the postscript, or we can write down PS. We have to write down postscript in a condition when we forget to include some important information in our body of letter, we can add the missing part at the last of the letter after the signature. It's called postscript or PS. And styles of letter writing. We can write in two styles. One is indented style and another one is block style. It's a traditional way of writing letter, and there is slanting from the left to right in indent style, and from right hand side without indenting, that is block style. It looks like as a block. And formality of letters. Formal letter such as job application, letter to editor, letter of appointment, contract letter, letter of resignation, recommendation letter, business letter. These kind of letters, they are called formal letter, or it's called official letter. Official or formal letter. And next one is informal. It's a letter written to our friends, family members, and the content or the body of the letter is a description of something or imparting some information. In grade 11 English course book, the writing comprehension carries 25 marks. There are 3 tasks. First one, it carries 7 marks. Second one, task 2, it carries 8 marks. And the third one, task 3, which carries 10 marks. And altogether these 3 tasks carry 25 marks. Okay, so in task 2, there are types of letter. We have to write down some types of letters. There comes personal letter. You have to write down personal letter, job application, letter to editor, business letter, and email writing also, and CV writing. So these 6 items, they are optional. Any one of these types, any question from these types will be asked in task 2. So I am here in this video telling you how to write a letter to the editor. So in this video I am focusing on this letter to editor. Okay, so it's a formal letter. Letter to editor is a formal letter, and it's especially written to the editor of any newspaper. So the addressee is the editor of newspaper or magazine or any kind of publication. Especially it is written to newspaper. So the main aim of writing this letter is to inform, convince or persuade the reader or concerning people or bodies about some such as problems, or also describing some amazing story or event. So the information it gives is concrete, factual, clear and to the point. So we should be very much specific. We have to give a factual type of information in this type of letter. So the format is first at the top right hand corner, first we have to write down the address of the sender, who is sending the letter. You have to write down the his or her address in the beginning, and it is written here top right corner of your page or letterhead. And after that there comes date. First we have to write down address, then after we have to write down date. So you have to write down date in English format. Then after you have to write down to and the editor. We are writing the letter to the editor, so we have to write down the editor after to. Then we have to write down here the name of organization or the name of publication or newspaper. So we have to write down the full name of the newspaper, and the address of it also, the publication address also we have to write down here. after the name of newspaper, and there comes salutation or greeting, such as dear sir or madam. We have to write down dear sir or madam, and subject is optional. You can write down the subject or not, so it's not important. If you write down the subject, it's okay. And then after there comes body of your paragraph, and in the first paragraph what you have to write down is you have to clarify why you are writing this letter. You have to write down the purpose of writing this letter, why and what you are writing. You have to mention this thing in your first paragraph. What is the purpose of writing the letter to the editor? You have to mention here in the first paragraph. Okay, and in the second paragraph you have to talk about the problem in detail, and you have to talk about the cause and its effect also. What may be the main cause of the problem? You have to write down the cause of the problem and what are the effects of that problem that we are facing. So you have to mention these things in your second paragraph. Okay, and even you can write down some efforts, previous efforts which were made to solve the problem. And in the third and last paragraph you have to write down your own personal view, and you have to give a wise solution. How can the problem be solved? You have to give your own opinion or own solution. So in this way you can write down the body of the letter to the editor, and then there comes ending and superscription according to the format of the letter. Now here you can see a model of a letter to the editor, and here I'm writing about a letter to the editor, mentioning or talking about problem of drinking water. Now this problem of drinking water in our locality. So in letter to editor, okay, we are writing on such issues, on such things, on such problems. Okay, so here first you have to write down your full address. So this is my address, Kirtipur 6, Butkel, Khadka, Kathmandu. So I have written this in block style. There is no slanting or no indent. So first it's the address. It's called heading. It's heading of our letter, and after that in block style, after writing the heading, after writing the address of the letter writer, then you have to leave a line space here. You have to leave a space, especially in block style. You are not indenting, so you have to leave a space here, and after that you have to write down date. So 6th March 2021 it's date, and there is full stop at the last. You have to give full stop. If it is broken into two lines, you have to separate by comma. After that again you have to leave a line space, and from left hand side, left side you have to write down to. Then after the editor position, to whom you are writing this letter is editor. So the editor, and editor of which newspaper is the editor of the Kathmandu Post. So we are writing a letter to the Kathmandu Post, and we have to address to the editor of the Kathmandu Post, and address of this newspaper is Kathmandu. And the subject is optional, however you can write down if you like. Subject is a problem of drinking water in our locality, and you have to underline this problem. So don't forget to leave a line space when you are changing your paragraph. Okay, so after that again leave a line space, and then there comes dear sir, or you can also write down madam also, dear sir or madam, comma, and then the main body of letter begins. Okay, the first paragraph. Okay, so this is the first paragraph in which I'm talking about the problem, what kind of problem and why am I writing this letter. Okay, So purpose of writing this letter, and the problem is mentioned in the first paragraph. Okay, so you can write down in this style. I shall be grateful to you if you allow a little bit space. Now you have to ask for a little bit space in that newspaper, in your esteemed, well-known, famous, esteemed and widely circulated. So many people read across the country. It has a large number of readers. Okay, so it's a widely circulated, lots of people read it, a newspaper. To draw, now the purpose of writing this letter is drawing an attention. Okay, to draw the attention of general public also, as well as the authority concerned, related to the drinking water supply, or the concerned body or authorities regarding or related to the problem of water supply. Okay, regarding the problem of drinking water in our locality. So this is the problem, drinking water problem. This is the problem. Now I'm going to talk about this problem to draw attention of general public and concerned authority to inform them. And we are having this problem for more than a year. So it's a long lasting, it's a long this problem has been undergoing for a long time. Okay, now in the second paragraph we have to talk about the problem in detail. So we have to talk about the main cause, or we have to talk about the cause of water problem, and we also have to talk about the other problems caused by this problem, and we also have to talk about other things that related to this problem. Okay, so we have been facing this problem for more than a year. So I already told you, so we have facing this problem in our area for more than 1 year. There are only a few public, now talking in detail about the problem. Okay, so there are only a few public taps. So public tap, we have few public taps, but the density of population is very high. Now the number of public taps, they are not managed according to the density of population is very high. So we are compelled now, because of that poor supply of public taps and high number of population, so we are compelled to stay in a long queue for a long time to take a bucket of water. So even it is very much difficult to get a bucket of water. People are doing lot of efforts, or making lots of efforts to just for getting a bucket of water. In this way we are wasting our time. So it's a waste of time just getting for a bucket of water, staying in a queue for a long time, and it hampers our important works, because we have to manage time to get water. Okay, so people have suffered a lot from this problem. So because of poor availability of water, people are facing lots of problem, because water is needed in every aspect of our daily life, and we need lots of water for our daily lives. In this way we are wasting our time living our important works. People have suffered a lot from these problems, this problem. We know that having sufficient and clean drinking water is our basic need. So it's a right of human being, a right of every person to get clean and safe drinking water. But we are unable to get clean and safe drinking water in our area. Need of human being. Okay, we can't do many things. We can't do many things properly. properly, especially domestic things such as cooking, bathing, sanitation, etc. Many people are compelled to drink because of poor supply of drinking water. Many people are compelled to drink water from pond and well. They are compelled to drink unsafe water from pond and well because they don't get excessive water in your area. They don't get pure water or safe water in their area, okay, or in our area, okay, you can say. So the water is not safe. The water we get from well or pond is not safe. The authorities concerned should know that impure water causes many kinds of diseases. We are also suffered of many kind of diseases because of poor water from dirty or unsafe water from pond and well. We have a great problem of wasting washing clothes, having baths, etc. Okay, so these are the problems that we are facing due to the poor availability of drinking water in our area. So in this way you have to write down about these things in second paragraph when you are writing a letter to the editor about the problem of drinking water. So in the last paragraph you have to give a wise solution here. It is the matter of great public concern, okay, as it is directly related to the health of people. The concerned department had given their words to solve. Okay, now the concerned department had given their words to solve this problem, but as soon as possible. But it has been more than a year. Still they are deaf. Okay, they are not making any kind of effort to solve this problem. It seems that they are not serious, okay, especially they are not serious about our problem of drinking water. We think that concerned authorities must solve this problem as soon as possible. Okay, so in this way we have to write down a letter to the editor. This is only an example. You can write much more better than this letter. You just have to do some practices, and at last you have to write down the complimentary closing of your letter in this way, writing yours faithfully, comma, and then write down your name. Sorry. Okay, so you have to write down your signature and name, SIGNATURE, and name also, and name. So in this way you can end your letter.